There we go. We're going to be ready up and racing, ready to race and ready to roar here at the Monaco GP at the Circuit de Monaco in Monte Carlo. Ready to go racing as we waited for a long time now. Nearly we're starting at the exact same time and pretty much an hour later than we should have. Basically, a couple of issues earlier. And then with the server issues once again. So this is going to be one-shot qualifying. This is all you've got. This is all you have. And yes, indeed. Drivers being told, do not ready up after the qualifying's over. Well, nobody listens, actually, and everybody starts almost every single time. But let's see who this time listens up and who does not. But let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not wait anymore. Cockpit drivers racing around. Cockpit drivers racing around 8 here at the Monaco GP. It is round 8 of the 10-round championship. While everybody has had their fair share of chances, it is Monaco. While they'll have their chances, they will absolutely need to make sure to absolutely do a job that's gonna fantastically but be in their favor. Otherwise it'll be very difficult if they are unable to do so, because you know it's Monaco and it's going to be very punishing and will punish you quite hard if you do not respect it or drive the car the way it wants you to drive. And there we go. We are on already. There's drivers out on the track. Seppi, Scooter, Sempish. Who's it going to be? One mistake and it's gone. One mistake and all of the work will be lost. So it is definitely now or never. What are we going to be getting? What are we going to be getting the chances of right here? It is Reaper. Seppi's retired already. One driver's out of this. Who's going to be the driver at the top? You're seeing Scooter at the top at the moment. Reaper in P2 and Dree in P4, while Speeder and Reaper are switching up for P2 and 3. But do not get excited or do not leave the excitement here, because anything could change up. Speeder's currently in P2, and that's going to be a mega lap if he's able to do, but he's currently switching up. And Scooter currently, he was the fastest earlier as well, but you know, it could be anything here. Slight little mistake, slight little lock up. You go a little bit wide, you make a bit of a contact with the wall, and your lap will be ruined. Your lap will be gone. Well, Speeder at the moment is in P2, with Reaper in P3. Dree's in the wall, and let's see him lose positions rapidly, while Firuki is on an invalidated lap. Scooter puts a faster time, even what he did in the main qualifying session, as he goes on pole. 112.6, Speeder 113.4 in the second fastest, with Dree 119, with Zaza with an invalidated lap, and then Seppi is out of the session. Simpish, Commander X, Firuki, all three drivers have been disqualified from qualifying. It is absolute disaster for everybody, but it is Monaco in it, and you know how difficult and how punishing Monaco certainly is if you do not respect it, and definitely we are seeing that on the board. And these are your qualifying results, ladies and gentlemen, here around Monaco in the one-shot qualifying session. Out of 9 drivers, only 4 could put a time on the board, while 4 got disqualified. 1 could not put a time on the board. It was Scooter, he was fastest in session, 112.696, and 7 tenths off was Speeder in P2, 113.470. Then 2 tenths off him, or definitely way more than 2 tenths, 113.925 for Reaper. And Dree, 119.375, and we'll start P4, so that is an all interesting feat right here, as we are about to go racing here for the race now. 27 laps of racing, which would have been 39, so we've nearly lost many laps. Still not 50% though, because if it was 50% racing, we would have lost those 7 laps as well. We would have nearly lost half race distance. If we have lost less than that, And there we go. A lot of people are wanting saying about track limits as well, but and there we go. So let's hope for the best. Somebody says they pressed start, but I think it's yep, I think it's because it would have been for qualifying for the race. I'd hope that there will be a couple of minutes. I'd hope so. I mean, I think somebody needs to get a penalty if they start a little bit earlier or something. And yep, indeed somebody has started. Because otherwise, everybody's going to do it one way or the other. Everybody's going to make a mistake, the same mistake they say they end up making, while it's going to be the formation lap, a two-stop race, a mandatory two stops, remember. Which I believe even on the game it's mandatory, so even if the league doesn't have a rule for it, the game itself makes you do those two stops, if I'm not mistaken. So Scooter on pole right now, Speeder in P2, starting on the medium tire, Reaper in between on the hard tire then, so different strategies from all these drivers right there, while Dri in 4th place, Seppi, Zaza and Simpish in P7, all the way 4 drivers in. On a set of medium tires right there, soft tires for Commander X and medium tires for Ferruki as it stands so far, while we are on it right here at the moment. So far to see what we're going to be getting and what we will have in front of our hands for the 27 laps coming up ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Who are we going to get? I mean, we'll just hope that it's a race. And it's a night race as well. And it indeed is a night race. We didn't realize that. Because qualifying was not at night, I believe. And I don't think I've ever seen a night race. Because I don't think Monaco ever, as Formula 1, has ever raced at night in Monaco. And it's night race with the street lights on. It is all to play for. For the first time under the lights at Circuit de Monaco in Monte Carlo, where the last final couple of cars are still going to be approaching the grid, are still going to be in the last few positions to go over the line, while Reaper is in P3. He's got disqualified from the formation lap, so despite being on the hard tires, and he's going to have those car tire temperatures absolutely freezing, so do not expect him to be rapid over the line. He might be though, unless but that's only until the top 2 ahead of him do not get a good start. Well, the final car is ready for the first time under the lights at Monaco. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we go racing here at Monaco. The red lights were held for way too long. It's a decent start for Scooter. It's a brilliant start for Speeder around the outside. Or has he got enough? No, he hasn't. Well, Dree's got a brilliant start. He's nearly going to head towards the wall into Sender Ward. Well, Reaper and Dree make contact. At the back there is Seppi, who's already out of the session. He's made contact with one of the drivers, and Simpish is facing the wrong way. And the safety car, I'm not sure if it's going to be out or not. Well, Simpish is facing the wrong way. We move forward. Ferruki in P7 with Zaza in P6. Commander X is in P5 so far. While Reaper in P4. With Dre in P3. With Speeder in P2. Followed by Scooter in P1. Still has got the lead on lap 1 so far. Guys, everybody's going nice and easy while Zaza gets past Commander X. I'm not sure whether he's able to get past. Well, Simpish has retired of the session as well. And it is not 1 but 2 drivers out of the Grand Prix even before we could take lap 1 and get to the end of it. Well, it's a virtual safety car. It's not a full safety car. So we'd hope that it's going to come to an end very soon, while Commander X has got a 10-second time penalty for cutting the corners, which is going to be pretty definitely not good for them, as since they've for cutting a corner they've got a 30 seconds. Oh, sorry, not 30 seconds, 10 seconds of time penalty despite being on the soft compound tire, while it is Scooter is in the top in P1, leads the race, while Speeder and Commander X have decided to pit and make a pit stop, while Dree has taken the lead, or no, he has not, while he's got Reaper right behind him at the very tail of him, so this could be interesting between the 2 drivers there. Dree was the slowest driver in qualifying with the time on the board, while Reaper was third fastest. What are we going to be getting right now? Is it going to be Reaper? Is it going to be away Dree. Who takes the position right here? Will Reaper go for it on the inside line? No, he does not. Eventually he decides to stay where he is, so far at least, while Dree continues on the medium compound tire. Of course, the hard medium tire runner will be faster. The medium tire runner will be feeling much better than the hard tire, at least for the moment so far. But for how long will that be the case, as he nearly goes into the back of the car in front there? Narrowly avoids contact, just about avoids it, and he still will be in the position he is. But it could have been worse. It could have been very worse had he not avoided that. And well done. And I think these guys are going to make contact one corner or the other. And already he's lost it. Reaper's lost the front wing end plate. And you know how. He's been really close for comfort with Dree in front of him. So contacts could have been made. Oh, what is happening here? Dree might have made contact with the wall, and I'm sure we did see him make contact with the wall. And we could have him damaged front wing. Yes, he's got end plate damage as well. So it's now kind of equal between the two drivers. As Zaz has retired from the session, he's hit the wall. We might have our first safety car of the session right here. All right, safety car's not coming out, at least for the moment. I don't see it. We don't see Wernt Mylander. And our safety car driver is not right, at least out of the pit lane so far. It could go from vertical to full course caution safety car, but at least at the moment it's not going out. So 3 drivers already lost within 3 laps, and I think that's indeed would have been the reason we get a 25% race. It would have been a little bit better, but everybody wanted a 35% race to go forward. Nothing wrong with it, but with the characteristics of Monaco and the race, the way we raced around Saudi, I believe it was, another street circuit, which drivers found it very hard. Only 2 more races, ladies and gentlemen, remain after the end of this one, after the end of this round, before we conclude this season 1. Sure, you'd say a bit of, apart from a couple of issues, we have been very nice and easy. While there's drivers at the back, I would have thought, well, Commander Rex has got another 10-second time penalty for exceeding the track limits. Well, we've gone green once more, and Reaper might be right at the back of Dree there. While Reaper himself has got a 3-second time penalty. Speedo's got drive-through penalty, while 16 seconds a time penalty for Commander Rex, which could be pretty damaging. I won't say damaging to the race at the moment, as they're anyways in P6 right at the bottom. But if there was they're almost 14 seconds. But then with Speedor having a drive-through penalty, they're gonna anyways serve that penalty in within a couple of laps, otherwise you get disqualified. So it would have surely been in the favor of Commander X in terms of that, but let's see. I mean, anyways, nobody's made a pit stop in this race, or there might have been drivers. Well, Reaper's going to try and go for it around the outside. There's only been 2 drivers, Commander and Rex. Only the drivers who've made a pit stop, who both of them just need to pit once more, while everybody else will need to pit twice from here. While DRS on Reaper's car is open, the rear wing is up and about, giving up extra speed to Reaper's time right there. Oh, there's going to be Reaper. He's going to go into the back of Dree there. He nearly makes contact, and he does indeed make contact with Reaper right about there, which is going to be pretty difficult, to say the least. But, not sure what was that. I'm not sure if it was a leg or what it was, because for a moment it felt like he went in front and he came back a little. Did Reaper. He was having connection issues, but now already Dree is pulling away over a second, while in terms of the medium tire, in terms of the strategy-wise, the medium tire runner should now be losing grip moving forward, and the hard tire should get the better tire coming forward within a couple of laps. But that also minus the mistakes and stuff, because a couple of mistakes, and sure, Reaper, I mean, he didn't make major mistakes. I mean, he was simply trying to get past. Oh, he's going to hit towards the wall, and he, yes, will hit towards the wall, and he'll make contact, and he should come into the pit straight away with a front wing missing as he goes straight into the wall in front. And that'll be brilliant for Dree, as he's going to jump over to P2 right here then. With everybody, Reaper into the pits. Rex and Speeder at the back. While we're only 6 laps in so far, our race leader, Scooter, is at the top and leading up ahead of everyone. 18 seconds to the next car, Dree, as he looks okay. He looks simply relaxed in the lead. He's right there to be leading this race, to be having the control of the Grand Prix so far. But for how long will he have that control? For how long would he be able to keep that control right there? Well, only 6 laps in we are right now, so you'd know we're going to go into lap 7 now with our leader, Scooter, as he gets another fastest lap. The race is kind of now, with just 6 drivers in, it's going to slow down over 20 laps, 21 laps, including this one. Only 6 laps we've gone past so far, while Dree and Commander X are going to be quite closer to each other. Actually, it's Faruqi, it's not Dree, so those guys are actually in closer in time as well. While it's time for the medium tires to go off and another set of mediums to go on, with the front wing being changed as well. So Dree now into the pits. Will that allow Reaper to get closer or get past Dree? No, it will not. But we might, just might. I think Commander's tires are anyways going to be out of grip now. But if not, we might just see a bit of it, we might see a bit of fight between these guys. But if not, we're going to see these guys get united once more. I wonder if Dree made a mistake here, because the gap was quite far away for these two from each other. But now it's not going to be far enough. While Commander's got past Rex here. Rex got Commander. I'm not sure what is going on here, because for a moment we saw Faruqi fighting out, Dree fighting out with Reaper. Then Reaper might have made a mistake a little there, here and there, and that has allowed Commander X to get past. That has to be absolutely chaos everywhere so far. Who said the drivers races with 6 drivers can't be fun? They indeed will be fun overall. For how long that's going to be the case though, but we're about to find that out though. But definitely indeed is going to be fun. It indeed will be all the fun that we are looking for so far, by the looks of it, because now Commander X and Reaper could be fighting each other off unless Rex comes into the pits. He certainly will not come into the pits, at least for the moment. He must have a penalty, and yes, he does have 16 seconds in time penalties, but he's still going to make sure that Reaper is ahead of him. Reaper is going to stay ahead of him right there. While it is all okay and interesting, it could be a little bit of issues here right about for the moment. Not really though. Is Reaper going to go for it around the outside or on the inside line before the hairpin? No, he will not. Certainly has to back out while our race leader is going at it. He's absolutely sending it. Scooter 30 seconds ahead of Faruqi, and he's getting fastest lap after fastest lap again and again. While it is these guys closer to each other as well. I think Dree is also only 8/10 away from these guys as well, so this little fight could turn a 3-car fight very soon. 3-car fight could be on the way absolutely brilliantly, as it would have been the case moving forward one or the other times. Is it going to be Reaper? Is it going to be Commander Rex? Who's going to be the driver leading into Center Watt? Who's going to be the driver able to take a position from one or the other driver? The DRS will be open on Reaper's car, and even before the DRS could get activated, Reaper's going to get a brilliant exit of the final corner, and he leads 4th position into turn 4 and gets it. He might get past Dree as well, and he will get past Dree. not one, but 2 positions to be gained for Red Cap Reaper as he got past Commander, and he did get past Dree as well. He does brilliantly well there to get past not one, but 2 cars. Excellent job, back into 3rd place, while Faruqi chills up at the top in 2nd place as well. But remember, he has not pitted yet so far, while these 3 drivers have pitted in this race. Well, kudos to Commander Rex. He's lost out. He wasn't actually ahead of Dree anyway, so he was still already behind. But he's done over 7 laps on these soft tires, which will be 8 laps come the end of this lap as well. So 8 laps on those soft compound tires has to be a fight in its own. Has to be a fight in its own thing. And this could be a little... Is Dree going to get past Commander X? Going to get past him as Commander comes into the pits. Dree sure made a huge mistake there. Slight would have been a little bit wide. If it wasn't for Commander to come into the pits, it wouldn't have been him being able to... And we've lost a car. We have lost a car. Another one falls victim against the walls of Monaco, ladies and gentlemen. And it is Commander Rex who's lost it out just on the exit of Sender Ward in the turn 1. As nicely done now for Faruqi as he comes into the pits. So does Scooter. So the first stops are over. And we only have about 5 drivers now remaining in this session, as we've lost 4. Well, we started with 9. We're not even halfway through yet. 10 laps in, and we've lost out 4 drivers. It's another virtual safety car though, so we haven't had a safety car, which is brilliant, I'd say, because simply the safety car makes us lose a lot of time eventually. So we'd hope that it's gonna be okay, and we simply leave it right. That's not a full safety car though, which it hasn't came out just yet. While we've had an issue, Dree made contact with one of the walls, I believe, earlier as well. Lost out a lot of bodywork, which pretty much is just with the front wing, which we can lose in the game, which others we cannot. While it's all okay and it's all brilliant to watch out here. There might be cars getting past each other, and yes, it will be Reaper who gets past Faruqi there. Faruqi on brand new hard tires, which would definitely not be feeling good, especially under the virtual safety car, because those tire temperatures are not going to be there with it for him, and he will not have the grip as much as he wants, and Reaper gets past him nice and easy. Brilliantly done by Gap Reaper there. Well, Commander X into the pits. And drive-through has been paid and served by Speedor as well in this race. Well, Faruqi now 1.7 seconds to Gap Reaper. Either Reaper is going to absolutely pull away, or Faruqi is going to come back at him within a couple of laps time. Remember, 2 stops has to be the case. 2 stops need to be made. While both of them have got a drive-through penalty under the virtual safety car. Nobody can run away, can they, from that virtual safety car drive-through penalty if you do not keep the delta positive. It is going to strike you, and it surely has striked both of the drivers. It is now time on who times this the best, who times it the best way possible as it stands, because it could be very tricky by the looks of it so far. As it stands, so... Let's see, 12 laps in out of 27. They'll need to pip. I'm sure they'll have an indication on the car, obviously, from their team or from the FIA of when do they need to pit. While Scooter, our race leader, is on his own, over 45 seconds ahead of the next car. He's on 2 laps, newer medium tires, but he's posting fastest lap after lap. Over, and he's nearly a minute ahead of everybody. He's 48 seconds ahead of the next car behind him, Reaper. And he's 53 seconds to leader as Faruqi. Minute and 5 seconds to the leader Speeder in almost 2 minutes. Is Commander X down? Commander X is a lap down right here. But at the moment, not a lot is now looking to be exciting, at least so far, while Reaper comes into the pits. Which I believe should be his final second. Oh no, I think he should be. Yep, he's coming in to pay his drive-through penalty. Serve it in, and so is Faruqi. Both of them are actually coming in to serve the drive-through penalty at the exact same time. I was like, only 7 laps on those mediums, which is interesting, but I think now he's now, you know why. Simply in to serve the drive-through penalty, and that'll allow Speeder, not Commander, but Speeder, to get past these guys. At least get past Faruqi. Reaper's still gonna have that second place, but Speeder, without a penalty, in fact, he's got a penalty, 3 seconds, but so has Reaper, is now only 1.8 seconds behind him. Although they'll both need to stay 3 seconds ahead of Faruqi at this point. Otherwise, Faruqi is going to be able to take both the places, at least a second place on it, because of how it's going to be. Well, otherwise, so far, it looks simple and okay. Well, not many cars are, closer to one another for the fight or anything like that, but so far, it is 14 laps we're in. If it would have been 25%, we should have had possible only about a single lap, I'd say. Probably only about, not a single lap, sorry, about 6 or 7 laps remaining. But since it's medium, it is 35% racing. We'll have about 13 laps at the end of this lap to go to the end of it. Well, let's see. I think so far they're going fine. Well, Speeder is now losing time to Reaper, which was 1.8 seconds, is now 2 seconds. Slightly gains it a little bit, but if it's to play for, he might be caught by Faruqi within a couple of laps. Because Faruqi's on the hard tire, he could possibly go to the end on a medium tire, because he definitely need to pit again with his stops. Scooter's actually the only driver who doesn't need to pit again, along with Commander X, while everybody else needs to pit again. So Faruqi could go a little bit longer, possibly, let's say the medium tires runners are going to be coming into the pits. Apart from Scooter, who's only done 4 laps on these tires, Reaper and Speeder should be coming in for another stop within a couple of laps, while Faruqi's going to continue and possibly take that second place from Reaper. He could go. I mean, he could eventually end up pitting in the remaining couple of laps, which is going to make it a little bit easy, which is going to make it a little bit exciting. While there's a yellow flag, and it is Commander X, or it is Faruqi. It is Faruqi who's lost the car, and all that talk of him catching up to the leaders, and he was past the pit entry as well. He cannot come into the pits. He's going to have to navigate through the lap without a whole lap, without a front wing. It'll be very, very tricky. So don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, if we lose another car here, and he's relatively going quite fast. He will not have the grip, not have the traction that he needs, and nearly hits the wall already. And I'm sure he's going to be finding it very difficult on the way, because Scooter now, lap 16 out of 27, is chilling on his own, is nearly on his way to take another victory. He won for the first time this season, I believe, in China, and he has taken a multiple victories. Then he hasn't been stoppable, with Felix missing out on the last couple of races. It's been very difficult then for Simpish. Oh, there's a car, and yes, Reaper's lost out. We've lost our Reaper, the man who was driving with a full front wing on his car, at least according to our knowledge, because Faruqi didn't have a front wing on his car. We're like, okay, he's going to lose the car, and Reaper's now lost it. With Faruqi, he nearly misses the pit entry once more, as he could not stop his car in time, as he'll now come into the pits on lap 17 out of 27, while our race leader is continuing on 6-lap all mediums, is about to lap Speedor, who's running in second place, with Reaper now out of it. A podium is up for grabs, and Commander Rex, the 4th driver to finish this race, and that too in a brilliant fashion, you'd say. Well, let's see. Not sure what is going on. Reaper's now lost it as well, as it is not really easy for nobody, and I think everybody's finding it difficult, and that's why, you know, 25% race would have been much better suited. But still, now we've got 10 laps to go at the end of this one, or almost 11 laps from here. It'll indeed be 10 laps from here to the end of the race, while Speeder's now into the pits on a set of brand new mediums, and he actually should be able to keep that 3rd place, while we now only have 4 drivers remaining here around at it. Pretty much not much now remains. I mean, it is all about everybody saying GG's, but of course we're going to see these guys come to the end, but it's all about what we're going to be getting, and so far in a lap 18 out of 27, Scooter's chilling on his own. He's absolutely driving a race to remember right here, especially be it Monaco. I mean, sure, you not only need pace around Monaco, but you need the consistency of not making a mistake, consistently driving without making too many mistakes, without putting the car in the wall, and it all counts in a situation like this. Now, while everybody else involved in incidents in one way or the other, he was on his own, never looked back, and keeps the lead to himself by over a minute and 14 seconds to the next car. And Commander X then gets another 3-second time penalty. He's got a lot of penalties, to say the least, right here. So what we're going to be getting, though, we have no information just yet, but lap 20 out of 27 with our race leader on it. 7 more laps still to navigate through here. So we were talking about penalties. It's 12 seconds to Commander X. So he would actually probably be losing that 3rd place to Ferrucchi within a couple of laps anyways, as Ferrucchi's running out behind quite fast, while Speeder's got 3 seconds time penalty, but he's over 28 seconds. Over 28 seconds to the next car, so he will not need to worry about it at all. To a podium for Speedor on the line, with Scooter racing as the leader, as almost already is Ferrucchi about to get past Commander X here into turn 1. They'll go. The DRS will be opened on Ferrucchi's car. Will he be able to get past him into Sender What? No, he will not be, as I'm sure he's not going to try and be a little bit too aggressive, because he knows it could be very tricky in how it is. And what about then? Ooh, it could be interesting right here. Ferrucchi might get past rear Commander X, but he nearly has to back out, as we have on so far 21 laps of 27. We're counting each lap now with how this race has panned out so far, with all these drivers still within 1 second, but Ferrucchi's being very risk-free. I mean, Oh, he nearly hits the wall on the outside, did Commander X. It was almost like Charles Leclerc back in 2018 when he went into the back of Brendan Hartley. He was so much on the right-hand side, and it was nearly Commander doing the same there as well. He's struggling on those 8-lap-old medium tires. So definitely I think Ferrucchi knows that he's anyways going to be able to get past him very easy, and he might be able to get past him right here, right now. No, he might not be close enough. He might not be close enough unless he wants to risk it. I don't think he will be worth the risk. He will not be worth the risk. While Rex goes a little bit wide, but it's not going to be easy for Ferrucchi to get anywhere closer or go for a move right at any of these points. But as he just goes past him now on the inside line, Rex is going to run a little bit wide, and they're going to make contact, and Commander Rex is spun round and stuck in the middle of the track while Rex sent it on the inside line. So he was around the outside there. Ferrucchi sent it, and he tried to get the move done, and he does get the move done with Commander Rex spun round now, while Scooters now come into the pits on lap 27. He'll exit the pits on a set of brand new soft tires to have himself a chance of a fastest lap, which will get him, if not more, 1 extra point. Or at least he could say to everybody that I was the fastest man that night, and certainly he's proving to be right. And look at that, it is Scooter and Speed are pretty close to each other on track, but that is not time-wise. He's over almost a lap behind him, and Commander X gets another time penalty. While Scooter with the 3-second time penalty, I believe, yes, he's with 3 seconds. Rex is with 15 seconds now. And Ferrucchi is not with a penalty, but he's over 38 seconds behind Speeder now, while Scooter now comes into the pits for a new wing and a new set of brand new tire, new set of soft compound tires as well. There we go. There's cars very closer to each other out on the track. Look at that. So Scooter is in the lead. Right behind him on the track is actually Commander Rex, who is in 4th place on the track. Scooter is behind him, who is in 2nd place, but he's over a minute and 15 seconds, nearly minute and 114.977 seconds behind the race leader, while Ferrucchi's 40 seconds behind Speeder, and Commander X is over 36 seconds behind Ferrucchi, while our race leader will now head over into lap 24, and these remaining 4 laps are going to be the laps to be remembered, as I think if somebody gets out in these remaining 4 laps, it'll be the worst thing they could do, because with only 4 drivers and 4 cars on the line to finish, 4th place, as good as 4th place up for finishes. You know, let's see, some drivers or drivers not being able to be consistent or even be in the podiums like Ferrucchi and Speeder throughout the whole season just yet, is a brilliant opportunity for these guys to finish on the podium and get themselves an excellent finish off the line. There we go. Another lap has passed in the quietness of Monaco, and we're doing a night race as well. You know, a night race around Monaco. You don't really see that a lot, but in cool conditions, in colder conditions. But I'm sure eyesight wouldn't have been a problem for anybody, as the street lights around here are very strong and power the circuit. Usually the tunnel anyways has lights, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Because the tunnel anyways should have lights, since it's not only it's there for the circuit, but it's obviously there after the circuit has been demolished as well, which I'm not sure about the other parts of it, but they do have street lights, and so you know, overall, even if they do not race at nighttime around Monaco, they still have, you know, the lights and everything to at least provide an experience, at least provide a thing that's there to get things on. While lap 26 of 27 now. Meanwhile, Commander X and Speeder are very close to each other. Commander may have a DRS. He will not actually have DRS, I would have thought. Maybe he does, but he's then slightly a second off of Speeder. He doesn't look like to be a second off. He might be just within a second or maybe slightly off a second, but I mean, obviously he's not going to be able to overtake her, even if he does overtake, if it's going to matter. But he should have been able to, you know, you know, he should be able to get past, or at least have a DRS if he's able to, anyways, because having the drag reduction system on would just make it feel better, or at least would give a chance to everybody to, you know, have it on, as finally our race leader is now moving their way into the final sector on the circuit, as they're gonna now make their way around the final corner and finally start the final lap 27 out of 27 here, as they'll begin in the race lead of over a minute and 14, nearly 1 minute and 15 seconds ahead of Speeder, who's in P2. He then also is over 42 seconds ahead of the next car as well, Ferrucchi, who's in third place. While he also is over 38 seconds ahead of the car behind him, which is Commander X. He's in fourth place. And out of the 9 that started, it's only going to be the 4 that'll start. We lost Seppi, I believe, at the very start, along with Simpish, the 2 drivers. Then it was Zaza, Dree, and Dreeper. All these drivers lost out the car. All of them could not handle the challenge of Monaco, could not keep it within the tracks or away from the wall. They unfortunately could not, and it had to be out there, while they're gonna be, you know, missing out on definitely a lot of point scoring opportunities. It is going to be one man, and the man on your screen who's going to be delighting through. He's going to, I think he should do donuts before coming to the line, and it's going to be Scooter. Scooter comes onto the line and wins the Monaco Grand Prix, round 8 of this season, while Speeder, he might have finished miles behind our race leader, but he has also finished miles ahead of the next car behind him, as he'll come home to finish second for a podium for him, and it's a Monaco podium to say the least, while Commander X is going to come over the line to finish in fourth place as well. P4 is going to get you over 12 points, ladies and gentlemen, so that is brilliant as well, which is going to be now Ferrucchi. He's going to be on his way to get over the line and finish it, you know, go to the line and finish it so far right here. You know, anyways. Oh, is he nearly going to lost it? That could have been horrendous had he lost it. He just gets it back in control. And I think if he would have lost it right now, he would have been, he would have requested some points. And that's going to be finally our final driver of the line, Ferrucchi, as he gets third place, despite taking the checkered flag later than the fourth place finisher. It was a mix of chaos, boring, and issues filled with everything, to say the least, of this Monaco GP. Right here then, Scooter wins in first place. 25 points to his name, with Speedor in in second place, with Ferruki in third. Then it was Commander X in fourth place. With Reaper, Dree, Zaza, Simpish, and Seppi, all of these drivers unable to finish, unable to make a name for themselves. They will need to make sure they try and come back stronger. They try and come back better next weekend. That's now going to be an end, ladies and gentlemen. Hope all of you, thank you for turning up, everyone. Thank you for racing soon. As hopefully we'll be back next week for round 9 before we head over to round 10 and the final round of the championship the week after. So this was myself, Zappy, and from all of us here at Cockpit Drivers Championship, have a great rest of your day, and we're out. Adios.